Hi everybody, this is Phil Bollinger with Seed and Lead, and I'm coming to you again with another leadership lens. I introduced this concept some time back and I've come on a couple times, and basically what it is me speaking to things that are in the news that resonate for me around leadership. And they may or may not be direct leadership, they're just things that I see that really exemplify leadership. So what I want to share with you is the leadership that was exemplified last night by Kelly Clarkson. So I didn't watch it directly. I've watched it this morning and I've watched some press around it. And what I want to talk about specifically are her opening comments around the tragic events that took place in Santa Fe, Texas on Friday. So first and foremost, what I want to share with you is that I'm not bringing this up to politicize it. I'm not bringing this up to take on sides. I'm not bringing it up to create chaos one side or the other and that type of stuff. Basically what I'm doing is I'm saying that there's an opportunity for us to witness leadership in motion, and I think it's really important for us to do that. I am inviting conversation around this. I'm looking for people who have whatever opinions around this to engage in a dialogue with me around this, and I look forward to hearing all of the opinions that are out there around this topic. So what's really important to understand is that what Kelly Clarkson did last night was disrupt the norm. She actually challenged the status quo, and she even said it in her opening remarks that they expected her to go out and do the obligatory, let's have a moment of silence to pay our respects for the families and the victims. And so what she was able to do was, as a leader, which I thought was really outstanding for me to see, was as a leader, she had the courage, the confidence, and the commitment to live her truth. And her truth was to go out there and say, I'm not going to follow the script. I'm going to disrupt this, and I'm going to make people feel uneasy and uncomfortable in how I talk about this. Because up until now, what people have done is the obligatory moment of silence and the prayers. And what Kelly Clarkson did last night was, she said, as I remember it, I'm sick and tired of the moments of silence. I want a moment of action. And as I reflected on that, what really struck me was how many solutions, how many changes, transformations in life have come through silence. I would suggest to you that not many do. Rather, when we take action is when we find solutions. So by taking little actions or taking big actions, what we're able to do is put in motion working towards a solution, which I think is really what's called for in this situation. I think that the talk that's been going on for years has not brought about a solution, and quite frankly, it's time for a solution so that no more people have to die behind this issue. So what I want to share with you is that my husband has 2 guns. So I live in a household where there are 2 guns. My husband is a responsible gun owner. He has been trained how to handle guns. He grew up in a house where there were guns. He knows everything there is around the safety of guns and how to handle guns and how to be an accountable gun owner. And I respect his right to own that gun. I do not own a gun. I do not want to own a gun. I respect his right to own it, and I respect my right to not have to have a gun, not own a gun. I have family members who have guns as well, and I respect their right to have a gun. This is not about whether or not you own a gun or don't own a gun. These divisions are not about those things so much as they are about finding the harmony around. We all want people to be able to go through their normal lives, going to the grocery store, going to the cinema, going to church, going to school, going to the airport, going to wherever these places are, and be able to come home safely. We want to know that when we wash our hair in the morning and brush our teeth and say goodbye to our loved one, that that's not the last time we're going to say that we're going to see them again at the end of the day to have dinner with them, because they didn't go into an office where a mass shooter came in and killed them. So the idea here is to find the solutions through dialogue. When she says take an action, what I hear is everyone start figuring out what actions they can take to find the solution. So imagine everyone taking an action towards the solution. Imagine people stop talking about it. Imagine people stop doing things that are contrary to it by being in conflict and arguing and demanding that people take one side or the other. That's not what leaders do. What leaders do is leaders lead through conflict. They bridge the conflict. They take opposing opinions and work them to the center ground. Consensus, agreement, understanding, acceptance. Leaders are proficient in taking diversity of thought, diversity of opinion, diversity of action, and capitalizing on them in such a way as to create the solutions. It's really important as a leader to be proactive. So do you want to continually react to situations that are taking place, or do you want to be proactive? These actions that we can take can be about creating proactive solutions to this. I believe very strongly as a professional problem solver that there is a solution to this situation, and that no more people have to be killed in order for us to figure out what's going to happen next. So I really applaud Kelly Clarkson for having the courage, the confidence, and the commitment to herself, to her values, to her principles, to speak up and share her passion last night. What I want to share with you is this is not a gender thing. Women and men both who are in leadership, who have strong opinions and strong emotions about situations and events, will find themselves with emotions in their throat that find it hard, that will make it hard for them to speak out. Do not misunderstand that as weakness. That is strong courage. That is strength. It is conviction. It is compassion. And for her to say, this is going to be hard, this is going to be difficult, or something to that effect, she was letting you know that she's speaking from her heart and integrating her mind into it because she thought about it. She stood up there and she said things that, quite frankly, many people needed to hear, wanted to hear. So please understand, this is not about taking sides. This is about leadership, and this is about developing a courageous conversation around it. I invite people to comment with whatever speaks most highly to you. Speak whatever comments are most true for you. Be a part of taking action. It's in those actions that we can find solutions. I'll continue to be aware of opportunities to talk about leadership, because quite frankly, every single day there are things in the news that we could talk about with a leadership lens. So I'll continue to be judicious and discerning about what things I bring to you and talk with you. And I hope that you have the courage and the confidence and the commitment to yourself and to others to speak up about this topic. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and I look forward to the next time we get together.